look like Mac Miller, so.
You know what's so funny is people tell me I look like Mac Miller all the time, but every time I tell somebody, people say I look like Mac Miller. They're like, "No, you don't." And I'm like,
it's.
I think I just look like a white guy that smokes weed. I think that's my vibe.
Yeah. I know you're a musician. And you sing. You can like legit sing.
Yeah, I minored in opera in college.
Who do you like to listen to, bro?
Oh man, I love listening to rap music. But like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, I really enjoy them a lot. I like listening to older stuff a little bit also, like, you know, just especially like Tupac and NWA, just like classic stuff, obviously, just because it's like a bop, dude, you know? But I think that Chance is really good. I really loved early Kanye a lot. Through the Wire is like Till I Die, one of my favorite songs ever.
Okay. You know, that was a spoken word before it was a song, right?
Right, yeah, I do know that. I'm very infatuated with early Kanye West before he went crazy, dude. But
crazy or just to me, a guy like that, I don't think he's always been the same. Uh-huh. To me, it's just like he's considered crazy.
You just gave him $100 million in free time, and this is what happened.
Exactly. Like, he's always been this eccentric dude in hip hop. Like, who even look it through the lens of when he was hot in his early days. Yeah. Pink polo shirts and fucking medallions on his fucking crotch.
Yeah.
That wasn't cool.
Mm-hmm.
He made that shit cool. You know what I'm saying? So to me, a guy like that, he's always been an artist. Mm-hmm. He's just evolved into what he is now.
Right.
Just happens to be a Christian Trump-loving guy. In 5 years, it'll probably be something different. Let's be real.
Why the fuck does he like Trump? I don't understand.
I don't understand either, but hey,
I'm looking at my on repeat to see who I listen to a lot. Sublime. I fucking love Sublime. Hall & Oates.
Really?
Yeah,
I could take you as a Hall & Oates guy.
I have a little sister named Sarah, and I'd be singing Sarah Smiles mad all the time.
Really?
Baby hair. Yes, dude, I fucking love that song. And I want size. I fucking...
I can feel you walking through the night.
No, motherfucker.
I fucked up that song.
I can feel you watching in the night, all alone with you and... Yeah, dude, I fucking love that shit. I fucking love that song, dude. Action Bronson, I think, is incredible. Weezer, I love a lot.
Remember those guys we saw that looked like they were Weezer fans?
Yes, dude, they looked, and neither one of them even liked Weezer, but they both looked like they belonged at a Weezer concert. I don't know how to explain.
They looked like they belong like Weezer on stage.
Right. The thing is I grew up on like a mixture of like classic rock and like metal rock, like my dad was super heavy into like Van Halen, Metallica, and all that stuff. But of course, we listened to a lot of like the Beatles, and he showed us Queen. Like, I knew all the words to Bohemian Rhapsody before that was cool. You know what I mean? Like, it was like...
Before it got cool for your generation. I've known it for minimum 15 years.
Right, like, Wayne's World was a thing, but it was like... But, no, dude, I love that, and I grew up on that kind of music, and then, but of course, country music, but I hate country music now.
You know what's weird? My wife got me into country music. But she got me into, like, good country music.
I don't know. It's just like, I feel like there's so...
She got me into George Strait.
I haven't heard anything that came out in the last, like, 10 years that I thought was worth listening to.
Guilty pleasure? Florida Georgia Line. I would never admit it outside of this podcast. But there's, like, 3 songs that I'm like, I can rock with this. It's not country. Whatever it is, it's Florida Georgia Line.
So, it's funny.
It's in the country charts.
Right.
But is it country?
Right. So, most of my family has a pretty southern accent.
Except for you.
Yeah, well, I think I did more when I was a kid, and I do, especially whenever I'm around them. It comes out more, just because I mimic whoever I'm around. But I'm really bad about that. Like, if I'm, like, when I was in Canada, I spoke, like, people thought I was Canadian the entire time, like, after, like, 2 days. And, like, wherever I go, I start talking like those people.
You're a chameleon.
I guess so, yeah. But...
I get that. Like, I had that shit growing up a lot. Like, that... accent mirroring.
Right.
My dad, he grew up in New York, and he has not so much now.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up, he had that thick, like, Queens, New York accent.
Right. So you picked up. I've seen some of those mannerisms.
You know what I'm saying? He has a thick New York accent, and that shit just stuck with me. And people always say, "You from New York?" Nah, I'm not from New York, but I get a lot of that, and I like understand the New York mentality because my dad just instilled that shit in me. Yeah. Like,
for me, it just makes I'm just so well in touch with my white trash roots. It's like just like maybe lock them doors and like it's like in there. You know what I mean? It's like I can access that at any time.
So you get Luke Bryan.
Right.
You get him. Not that you like him. You get him.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, like you know what it is to be on the dock shooting beer cans and
one of my dad's favorite songs when I was growing up was that Tim McGraw song, I went skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing, I went that one fucking live like you were dying. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
If tomorrow was a gift, fucking like my whole growing up, my dad was like the classic poster case for like a midlife crisis.
That's funny. So, I like that you have like a little bit of an eclectic taste in music.
Yeah.
Because it makes you more interesting.
Thank you.
It really does. Like I hate people.
I love listening to classical music a lot. Also.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's
like
almost
Bach.
That's what I mostly listen to in the car.
That's awesome.
Either that or like NPR or something like that.
Dude, to me, the smartest people have an eclectic taste in music.
And listen to NPR.
No. Talk radio or something where it stimulates the brain more than just, driving down, listening.
I like to listen to music when I like want to catch a vibe, you know what I mean?
Like I love music.
If I just want to like dance my whole way home, then I'll listen to music, you know what I mean?
It's weird. I'm a music kind of guy on a Saturday morning. No, it sounds stupid. It's like, to me, that's Saturday mornings. Like I wake up, doesn't matter what time I wake up. I'm usually by myself on Saturday because my wife works or whatever. So it's like Saturday morning, hey Alexa, play blah, blah, blah.
I like listening to music before a show.
That makes sense.
Because I like to just kind of like clear my head a little bit. Because I feel like when I overthink things, I overthink things. So it's like...
It's weird.
Yeah.
I like...
What's your number one pump-up song?
Pop-up song?
Pump-up song. Get you like jazz.
Dang. Depends on my mood, bro. Like right now, I'm listening to a lot of Rob Thomas. I don't know why. I'm just really stuck in this weird like late 90s alternative. And I'm like, Rob Thomas, Counting Crows right now. I'm like...
Interesting.
I'm like, I don't know why, just, play some Mr. Jones in me. And I'm like, okay, I can get down with this. It makes no sense at all.
Okay.
Shitty music, I know. But,
I get it. For a long time, my hype song was Mr. Blue Sky.
And then sometimes I'll listen to, like, Tina Marie, and then sometimes I'll go Carole King, and then I'll sometimes go salsa.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so I have, like, this weird taste in music, too. Like, I'll go...
You ever listen to show tunes?
Yes. It's weird. I do that.
No, I mean, I went to school for musical theater, so I rarely indulge myself in show tunes because it's hard. I like them if I've seen the show, but a lot of times, like, I don't... Like, I feel like I'm only being part of the story if I'm just listening to, like, a cast of something, you know what I mean? Right. But it's like, I love to... especially if it's something I know, like the Book of Mormon, dude. I love to sing along to that, dude.
Really?
Yes, dude! It's so funny. That's one of my favorite musicals, dude.
Oh my god.
I would say, yeah, dude, that's for sure my favorite.
If I didn't know you were straight, I would say you were so incredibly gay.
What's so funny is that I really wish I was sometimes.
Because it would justify all your likes, wouldn't it?
Seriously, dude. Nobody would question me. Like, it wouldn't be a joke anymore. It would just be like, oh yeah, that's his personality.
No, but it's okay. But you know what? It's like with me, right? Like, I'm this weird... Like, I'm almost like... That joke I have about being a confused Puerto Rican, like, that statement, confused Puerto Rican, right. That makes 100% sense about me. Born in Puerto Rico, raised in Central Florida, Hick Town. Right. I'm into fucking...
That's why I make that joke about being a musical theater major, but also being the vice president of my frat. Like,
yeah.
I have, like, a duality. Like, I feel like I'm like a personality. I feel like I'm personality bi. I'm like,
100%. Like, first city I lived in the United States was, Southside Miami. Mm-hmm. have this heavy like New York influence.
Southside Miami, the home of Rockin' Twinks.
Heavy New York influence. You know, I love gangster movies, but at the same time, I like me some Carole King, fucking James Taylor, Tupac, fucking Biggie, Big Pun, 50 Cent, to fucking, you know, just heavy metal rock. And people be like, you make no fucking sense as Puerto Rican. Mm-hmm. But then I'll rock to some Bad Bunny, fucking old school reggae.
Bad Bunny.
You know, fucking Daddy Yankee and shit. It's like, people go, you make no sense as an individual. And like, because I make no sense.
Do you ever listen to like Latin music at all? Like non like Puerto Rican Latin music? Like
I listen to like Brazilian, like samba.
Do you listen like the Mexican radio out here, like at all?
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
Why do they all? Okay, sorry, but why do you? But why does like 80% of music that's produced in Mexico, they all sound like they've like only heard cartoons sing?
It
like,
sounds.
I don't
it
know how
sounds like big tent circus music to me.
Like it's like low key polka. It's like a little bit like
it's Hispanic polka
for sure. Like that's and like I never have ever like. There's nobody has like a normal sounding voice. There's nobody that's like mi corazón. It's like mi corazón. Like it's like they.
But then it's weird. But then you got like the love songs from Mexico, which are some of the most famous ones.
Yeah. You get more normal stuff there. You get more like normal sounding people.
Like en mi vida y amores, and I'm like, okay. I get you're dying inside a little bit,
right?
But put down the tequila.
I feel like there's a lot more like representation of like classical styles of singing in Latin music. Like everybody sounds like they're like actually like singing from their diaphragm and like supported. Yeah. I feel like I've just been like burping this entire podcast. I've just been like letting out little burps.
It's okay. So like one of my favorite like all time musicians in any genre is this guy called Milo Rivera.
Okay.
He's one of the pioneers of salsa. He's just classic dude. Produced, sang, beautiful voice, and it was just one of those things where it's like, this dude, you listen to his music, it's like you feel the pain, but you feel like the classical training, but also like the African roots and the Hispanic, the culture. And you're like, that's the kind of people I like listening to, like interesting people. Like to me, there's not many of those people left. And if they are interesting, they're so commercialized where you're like, well, yeah, I guess, you know? It's like, I hate to say, like, one of my favorite musicians currently is, he can't do any wrong because he's that solid everywhere. I'm going to die because I'm about to say it, but Bruno Mars.
Why?
No.
Who hates on Bruno Mars?
I don't hate him. It was just like, he's so commercialized to a extent. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. But he's solid everywhere. He can do anything. He can do anything.
He brought back the fucking funk, dude.
He brought back funk. He brought back freaking New Jack Swing. He brought back... He does anything.
I love the fucking energy of like... dude, I feel like the 70s were like a prime time for like white dude dancing.
Yeah.
Because it's like we were able to get in on the funk for like a minute. Like they let us in the club. Like we were... like we had the Bee Gees, dude. Like we could get down. Like we were... You can tell by the way I... Dude, I would love to just be the guy in the background of the Bee Gees. That's like the... Like that's my whole job, is just being like that. Like you don't have to be able to sing to do that, dude. Anybody can be that guy.
Oh my god.
You just have to be able to get that note out of your mouth. And what I just imagine it's just like somebody that's walking around like, they found me on the street. I was talking like this, and they said you want to do the Bee Gees. Like, although have you ever heard the early Bee Gees, dude? Dude, listen to Scarborough Fair by the fucking Bee Gees, and you'll be like, what the fuck?
They don't sound anything like that.
You can tell when they discover drugs, dude. You can tell when they.
Oh my god! Just like the Bee Gees, you can tell when they discovered drugs.
Right? Like it's like somebody gave them cocaine, and like they were like, so like the Scarborough Fair. It's like this song. It's like. Da, 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 da. And it's like, and then all of a sudden they come around with like Saturday Night Fever, like, ah, yeah, ah, ah. Like they all just like fucking,
like, hey, music and we're